Hi, welcome to Crafty Little Things. I'm Andrea, and today we're going to make a gift packaging for the most romantic chocolate of the 70s, a flake. Now, if you weren't around in the 70s, and maybe even the 80s, you might not know how romantic the flake actually was. Go on YouTube, I might even link some below, but check out some flake adverts from the 1970s and maybe the early 80s. But flake was the chocolate of romance, believe me. And so, for a little fun retro gift, let's make a box for a flake. Now, a flake is smaller than it used to be, or maybe I had littler hands. But a flake is about 5 inches by about an inch. So if we're going to make a little box for it, we're going to be looking at, I think I might just make a long thin box for it. So we're going to be looking at 5 inches and an inch in each end. So 7 and then 3 inches for the box itself. Unless we just make it a slotting box. We'll make it a slotting box. So then it'll be 4 inches plus a half. So we'll be looking at 4.5 inches by 7. Yeah? For this little slotty box. So I think this piece of paper might do it actually. Piece of cardstock, yeah. This is a scrap. So again, you know, I love to use up scraps. Oh goodness me, I'm bringing in all sorts of stuff from my sleeves. I'm all wrapped up in a cosy jumper today because I'm still feeling not well, but getting there. 7, so we'll cut that off at 7, and then 4.5, that'll be our 4.5. Now what I thought, I did some of this the other day, some self-stamped DSP, but I thought I'm going to do that again because I really enjoyed doing that, and I'm going to make this, even though it's a Valentine's project. Sorry, I'm just moving my boards out of the way. Even though it's a Valentine's project, it doesn't have to be, you know, Valentine's can be about flowers, it doesn't have to be all hearts. So this is, I'm going to make a floral DSP for this one. I don't know exactly what yet because I haven't thought about it that much, but let's go for it. So on the long side then we're going to score at 1 and 6. And then on the short side we're going to score at 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so that's our scoring for the actual box itself. And then I'm going to get some scraps again of Whisper White. Remember yesterday I had all these long thin scraps that I must have cut off like a 12 by 12, but they are ideal. They're obviously coming in at 7/8 of an inch, I would imagine. Yeah, they're coming at 7/8 of an inch. So if we cut them off at, we're going to cut them off at 4 and 7/8 eventually. But what I'm going to do, I need 4 sides, so I'm going to be able to get 2 off one piece, I think. Yeah, definitely. So I just need to pick 2 nice pieces of this. Use that as a sentiment. And then I need to think about what I'm going to stamp onto them. Okay? So, I used that last time. I think this time, look at Tranquil Tulips. This little flower here is gorgeous. And these little leaves are gorgeous. So I think we're going to go with that. And we might even do that 2-layer stamping as well. Because, look at the state of my stamps. Because that might give us that added dimension. I'm only going to use a small stamp because it's just a small piece of paper. There's that leaf. That's the pattern for that leaf. Right. So, what colours I'm going to go with? Well, we're using fresh fig. So, shall I go with fresh fig or should I go with something completely different? I'm going to go with fresh fig, Tranquil Tide, and some soft, not soft, some powder pink. Okay, so I'm going to start off, and I'll use some lemon lime twist as well. So I'm going to start off with my detail stamp, and I'm going to stamp that, or do the light stamping first. No, I'm going to stamp that, the detail stamp, in fresh fig, and I'm going to go over the top of it with the lemon lime. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise how low down I was on the screen. Let me move things up a bit. So I'm taking this stamp here with the detail on, and I'm just going to stamp onto this strip randomly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up this stamp, the sort of stamp that you'd add colour with. And I'm going to pop that over where I've already stamped. I'm going to use the little detailed stamp, which is Titchy, this little one here. And I'm going to do that in the darker green, so that's going on the Tranquil Tide. It might be better for me to use a smaller block, but I'm just going to pop those. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just going to pop those all around. I made a mistake with my measurements because I should have had a little slot to pop I should have left a little tab to tuck my lid of my box in with, and I haven't. It's annoying. Look at that, how pretty that is. It's cute, isn't it? It's right, really nice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to burnish these score lines. Right, so if you imagine which is going to be the front of your box, so, or the top of your box or whatever, that's going to be the top. So this is the flap that I'm going to push down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off this little fellow on the end here and notch that in, because that's to join the box together. And then this next score line here, I'm just going to cut sort of 1/2 inch down to the right of it, and then I'm going to cut this piece off And you can measure this if you want, and do it like that. And you're going to cut through just that end of that flap as well, so that you've got a flap there, okay? And then the same on the other side, sort of halfway along, not halfway along, half an inch, something like that. Just cut this side of your score line, and then the rest of them can be cut off, and you can cut through to that first score line, so you've got a flap. So that's going to become your lid, okay? And really it should have had, it's going to be like that, so really it should have had a little piece here, but it hasn't, and it'll be okay without it. The other end you do something different. The other end you get rid of your little skinny rectangle, and then notch that flap in, and then you just cut up each of those, and you can notch in or not notch in, whatever floats your boat. I won't notch in this one because this is going to be my top one, but I am going to notch in the rest just to remove some bulk. And I might, at the end, I might snip a little bit off them, but I'm not going to right now because I don't think I need to. So, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my pieces and I'm going to cut them off at 4 7/8. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Tombow. I'm going to make a band of this ribbon, and this again is a scrap, so it's not quite the right size, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it the right size because I'm going to pop a label onto the ribbon, and so glue dots, and there you have it, your lovely flake box. So cute. And you can stick little diamante on, or you can, whatever you want to put on it. It's, look at that lovely little decoration. Such a cute little box. I mean, not just for flake, it can be for anything. You might be able to fit little pens in here, or you could fit a mascara or a lipstick or something if you wanted to give it to a friend. But just for a little Valentine's gift, it's that retro chocky of love, the flake. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, and hope to see you soon for my next project. Thank you, bye bye.